Hi, my name is Robert Hargrove, and I'm here today to persuade y'all to avoid drugs and let y'all know a little bit about the effects it can play on you and your family. First of all, y'all know what drugs are? Well, there's two types of drugs. There's pharmaceutical drugs and there's illegal drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs are chemical substances used in treatment, cures, prevention, and diagnosis of diseases, and otherwise used in enhancing physical or mental well-being. Illegal drugs are drugs abused by many Americans today. Illegal drugs come in many sizes, shapes, and types. In our society today, they're being abused daily. There's drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy, opium, which can be linked to heroin, meth, which is highly used around here. Marijuana is used by rolling papers such as marijuana cigarettes, bongs, or pipes. That's how they use the drug marijuana. Cocaine is another drug. It's a white powder that is crushed up and users sniff it. You can even melt it and inject it. That's how users use cocaine. There's ecstasy. Ecstasy is mainly taken in pill form, but today it's been known the pills have been crushed up and sniffed to get the same effect or even a greater effect on the user. Then there's opium. Opium's linked to heroin. It's a very powerful drug and it can be injected with a needle, or it can be taken, it can be eaten or drunk. And then meth, which is really abused around here in this area because it can be made in everyday environments such as houses, garages, anywhere. A meth lab can be made anywhere, and that's why it's so abused around here, because you can get it anywhere and you should avoid using those drugs. Drugs can play a very harmful effect on your body. It can destroy you physically, it can kill you faster, it can kill all your organs inside. It just is horrible. It's just drugs, it's just bad. Drugs can be very serious, and in the United States there's so many statistics out there. I just have a few of them, but I'll go ahead and read them to y'all. An estimated 3 million individuals in the United States have serious drug problems. In 2007, more than 7.5 million residents of the U.S. required treatment for illegal drug use. In 2006, a little over 38,000 people died of drug-induced causes in the United States. In 2004, 17% of state prisoners and 18% of federal inmates said they committed their current offense to obtain money for drugs. All these people using drugs have committed crimes, domestic violence, any kind of violence can be linked to drugs in the United States. Drugs is corrupting us, and it can just send you to jail or even worse, death. Personal experience, drugs can not only affect you physically, but they can affect you emotionally, and not only affect you, but your family if you pass. My uncle was absent for most of my life due to drug abuse, and he was in prison for most of his life, so I didn't really get to see him do the drugs, which isn't very good. It can play an emotional role. Now I'm not even close to my uncle because of drug abuse. And recently, I barely got back from Houston. My cousin was murdered due to her involvement with drugs. Hopefully with this information and testimony I have presented to you, I have changed the way you think about drugs and have convinced you to avoid them. Even though you may have heard this many times before, it's true. Just say no to drugs.